Getting back with some breaking news, we're learning of a hostage crisis in Pakistan. We're told that the Jaffar Express train has been hijacked by the Balochistan Liberation Army. In fact, the BLA hijacked the Jaffar Express train that, in fact, was taking approximately 400 passengers who were on board that train. We are learning that this particular train was traveling from Quetta to Peshawar in Balochistan when it came under heavy firing by the BLA. Siddhant, my colleague, has all the details. Yes, Siddhant, why this hostage crisis? Why has the BLA attacked this train?
Balochistan Liberation Army has hijacked the Jaffar Express train, taking approximately 4 passengers hostage when the train was traveling from Quetta to Peshawar. The army with
Siddhant, there's a problem with your audio link. We will reconnect that line with my colleague Siddhant, but here's what we are learning. The Jaffar Express train, which was traveling from Quetta to Peshawar in Balochistan, came under heavy firing from the Balochistan Liberation Army. Over 400 passengers are said to be on board that train. Pakistani security forces, we are told, are heading towards the area where this attack took place. The BLA has also put out a statement where they have described this operation as a meticulously planned one. We also, in fact, are reading out from that statement, and I'm quoting, "Our freedom fighters have blown up the railway track, forcing the Jaffar Express to come to a halt. The fighters swiftly took control of the train, holding all passengers hostage." So we're looking at a huge hostage crisis in Pakistan as 400 passengers who were on board that Jaffar Express have been taken as hostages by the BLA. My colleague Siddhant is back with us on the broadcast. Siddhant, I was just telling our viewers about the statement that's been put out by the Balochistan Liberation Army. Now, they claim that all the 400 people who were on board the Jaffar Express have been taken as hostage.
Well, yes, that's right. So there is a statement also that has come from Baloch Liberation Army, and in fact they have confirmed they have issued a clear warning that if the occupying forces attempt any military operation, the consequences will be severe. All hundreds of hostages will be executed, and the responsibility for this bloodshed will lie solely with the occupying forces. Perhaps the biggest ever hostage crisis that Pakistan has seen in recent times, where the Baloch Liberation forces have taken over a train in Pakistan, which was going from Quetta to Peshawar. Now, this particular anger of the Baloch groups were brewing from quite some time. In fact, there's a parliamentarian also in Pakistan who has raised this issue in the parliament, talking about how in some parts in the Baloch province, even the army have withdrawn and the Baloch forces have taken over, and they are more influential than army. So this has been going on from quite some time, and today you see that the entire train has been made the hostage. The passengers on train, 400 passengers are hostage. In fact, reports suggest that the train was hijacked and the passengers were taken hostage. The BLA issues a clear warning. All hundreds of hostages will be executed if there will be any action. This operation is being conducted jointly by Majid Brigade, STOS and Fateh Squad, specialized units of the BLA. Any military incursion will be met with an equally good response. Perhaps a very critical situation for the government of Pakistan and the army of Pakistan. There has been anger with these Baloch liberation forces from quite some time against what the government of Pakistan and the army is especially doing in the Baloch province, perhaps getting Chinese government to build infra projects, etc., and occupying their lands, and they are not also getting the Baloch people are not getting their due shares also. And now this crisis have come up where these groups have decided to make 400 passengers hostage to get their demands fulfilled. Now, what are their demands? Perhaps is something that we are still trying to find out. But definitely, since they have taken 400 people hostage, there's going to be the demand that could come from Baloch group.
Absolutely. And Siddhant, this is a serious lapse of intel. We will come back to you. I would like to take this across to Major General A.K. Sivach, who's now with us on the broadcast. Major General Sivach, a huge hostage crisis that we are reporting out of Pakistan. 400 people who were on board that Jaffar Express possibly taken hostage by the BLA.
Absolutely. See, as far as BLA is concerned, it is becoming very bold in last about 2 years. There are about 400 Pakistani soldiers which have been killed recently in last 1 year itself. You see, as far as Balochistan is concerned, the BLA wants that there should be a freedom because they have been considered as a second-class citizen. Pakistan has been exploiting Balochistan, and it is not only now Pakistan, after China-Pakistan economic corridor, it is also China which is exploiting, and that's why there are about 10 to 15,000 youth which are missing from Balochistan. So this action of BLA is basically to revolt against what Pakistan army is doing as far as the humiliation and also human basically casualty which they are doing. Now, as far as this train which has been hijacked, going from basically from Quetta to Peshawar, this Jaffar train, there are about 400 people. Out of this, 100 people are those who are from army as well as ISI. They are in civil dress and they have been now hijacked and they have been kidnapped. Now, if Pakistan army thinks that they can do an air attack and try to save them, I think they are playing with the lives of these 100 people which are basically men in uniform in Pakistan Army and ISI, because BLA is very strong. BLA has got also a lot of association with now Taliban Pakistan, and they have a full control of that area. But whatever has happened, that's bound to happen, because what is Pakistan doing? Pakistan is now exploiting their resources or in Balochistan. They are considered the Balochis as a second-class citizen, and this is a revolt by the Balochis. Because if you remember that Maulana Fazlur Rahman in assembly in Pakistan has said that out of 7 districts, 5 districts has already declared independence. There is no army, no police. So I suppose this bound to happen, and the time and again Pakistan trying to raise finger toward India. India has nothing to do with it. It's an internal situation of Pakistan, because it has been created because Pakistan Army and ISI is basically doing lot of human rights violation in Balochistan, and they are exploiting. And especially after China-Pakistan economic corridor, the people cannot go to Gwadar port. They cannot go into sea because this has been totally banned by the Chinese. So this was bound to happen, but I can only say this is the first time and in the world an action like this has taken place where the train has been hijacked. And if Pakistan army feels that they can now do an air attack and try to put pressure on BLA, I suppose it is highly mistaken, because BLA is in total control of the thing.